Last night, Blake Lively broke her silence regarding the Justin Baldoni drama, appearing on Late Night with Seth Meyers. We got the clips, but I hope you're sitting down. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore, and the press tour continues. She seems to be on this tour that's painting herself as a hero for all women. And it's pretty frustrating how Seth and just Hollywood in general seems to be accepting it. It'd be kind of like Harvey Weinstein showing up on a late night show after the accusations, and everyone is applauding him and going, you know, these women are just, it's tough. It's been tough, but you can't believe everything you hear, you know? And, that's what it's feeling like, because there's more evidence and stuff that's painting the picture that Blake Lively's not being honest. And also, what are you afraid of? And what did he actually do? I wish these are the questions that Seth Meyers would have asked, but alas, he didn't. I want to start with the introduction clip, which is super awkward. I do have to start and stop a lot because it wasn't on YouTube. I had to go find this elsewhere for you guys to make sure we're offering proper commentary here. But here's the introduction. They're showing a clip from the film, and then she comes out in her way too big dress. Welcome. But right out the gate, there's just a level of awkwardness because, yeah, the dress doesn't fit his small chairs.
There are certain guests where I'm like, I really should just go back to a suit for tonight. This is a fantastic outfit.
Wear your wedding gown?
It's amazing. It's a lot of dress.
It's big though. I'm like, where do I put it all?
We'll bring a supersized chair for your next large dress. Hey,
It is like, dude, know the show. And it's not, she did that for the photo op outside, it feels like, more than for the interview inside.
You know, your husband Ryan has his own line of gin.
Yes.
Is that the gin in the scene?
No.
Really?
No, it is Paul Feig's gin.
The director.
We knew this, but it's interesting. Seth went there immediately, and now, you didn't get to put your product placement in this time, and even Seth makes a joke about it.
Put his gin in.
The director put his gin in.
Do you have to go home and tell Ryan, like, I have bad news?
No, it was like, baby, I have something to tell you. We're gonna talk about it here, and we're gonna forget it ever happened.
Gotcha.
Okay? No.
It's Seth did the better joke, and then Blake was like, the whole thing is just starts awkward out the gate, and shows just sort of admits to how controlling this couple actually is.
Emily is a changed woman in this movie. She drinks martinis with ice.
That's very exciting.
Which is a big deal.
That is a big deal.
If you saw the first one, you'd understand why it's a big deal. She has beef with ice.
Yes, I was like, yeah.
Do you in life have beef with ice?
No, I love ice.
Yeah.
Do you have beef with ice? So now Seth's even like, oh, so you have beef with everybody, it seems. How about ice? Do you have beef? I wish you would have said it that way. Everyone seems to have a problem with you. Do you have a problem with ice? Would have been funny.
Really,
I really like ice too. I think the first time we got an ice machine in a refrigerator.
Anyway, they go on a whole monologue about ice. Blake Lively starts quoting and singing from Frozen, and it even quotes our Honest trailer. We are making ice. We did that in our Honest trailer. I was proud of that song. The opening, they make a whole reference to it, seemingly like she saw our song, the ice making song in the beginning of Frozen. Anyway, yeah, that's what they talked about, because what else do you talk about with Blake Lively after all this? Anyway, they finally did get to it, and it started based on bringing up her daughters.
Your daughters ever criticize your outfits?
Oh, yeah. No, one of my daughters has the same birthday as Napoleon and Jennifer Lawrence, so if you imagine, like, those two blended.
Is that how it works? Is that how birthdays work? You blend?
I think so. I don't know. I don't know.
You clearly know, because you brought it up. You brought it up. Clearly, well, that's what you think, but you don't, anything you say isn't real, because you're just sarcastically throwing jokes out to see what'll stick. And I feel like that's what you did with this whole lawsuit.
A lot about star signs. I heard someone said the other day that if your son texts you and says, like, Mom, I'm on a date, she's asking me my star sign, what should I say? And the mom texts back, run.
She's so fun. She's such a good talk show guest.
That's a very good,
now I'm afraid to, like, know too much about star signs, but yeah.
It's really hard to watch her now, I can't lie. It is really hard to watch her be this fake person.
I think there's something with birthdays.
Okay.
She's the funniest person in the world, but she will definitely, like, rule the world with authoritarian leadership.
Well, that's something to look forward to.
I wonder where she got that from. She will rule the world with authoritarian, you heard her, leadership. Interesting.
I mean, it'd be fun to have one who's funny.
Yeah. But it is nice, though, because they're honestly, I mean, it's no surprise I've had, like, a pretty intense year, and, like, they're just my lifeline. Like, no matter what day I'm having, I have to be Disneyland every day for them, and so it's...
They're my lifeline, and then she She turned it. Do you hear how she did that? It's been, she sets it up so it's clearly open for now. Seth can bring it in, which was clearly prearranged. You could tell this whole thing is prearranged. And then she can't wait. She sort of lets Seth know, okay, come on, let's get to it. But then she even said, like, they're my lifeline. Oh, they've taken me away. And there's one where you're like, oh, it's so sweet. You can go be with your kids because they don't read all the news and they'll love you. They're unconditional, etc. But then she's like, it's like I have to pretend to go into Disneyland every day. Oh, it's such a chore for me. It is so hard. It is so hard for me, people. Oh, will you please give me more empathy? Because it's so hard being Blake Lively right now, having to go to my nannies and everybody and all these trips where clearly my kids aren't here. And deal with that. And I have to be happy mama for them. I thought the whole lawsuit says you weren't. The whole lawsuit says you can't go outside. You're so bothered by it. You can't leave the house or the kids are affected. It's all I'm getting such mixed messages from all this. And from these appearances, they're telling me anything. You're not suffering any actual like work damages. Working just fine for you. People are still asking for your autograph, showing up at premieres. You're just forcing it down our throat. We're seeing it everywhere. So hard to see what you're really suffering through. Because if anybody's suffering, it's clearly the guy who's now lost his agency, his jobs, isn't out there doing anything. That's the one who's clearly losing things based on your ridiculous accusations.
It's the best. I mean, it's chaos, but it's yeah.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah,
you mentioned you had an intense year. I'm maybe not as totally informed about it as other people.
Now, and watching this again, I love how he said that because that to me is his excuse for why he's not pressing. I'm not as educated on it. And you got to be clear, this isn't 60 Minutes or some hard-hitting news show. This is, a late night comedy show. But he's making it clear at the gate, like, I don't know all the details. Just, hello, audience, I don't know all the details. But
I'm thrilled you're not doing Weekend Update right now because you would be quite informed. So it's good, yeah.
But were I to ask you about it.
The reality is he is. The beginning of his show, A Closer Look, he talks about all sorts of entertainment stories, everything. Of course he knows. He's just saying that, Blake, to get away with being nice to you. Is how I see that, which is very telling. He's got to save face. So if it all goes to heck, he can be like, well, I didn't know. Yeah. If she turns into a crazy person publicly, which she is, in my opinion, he can then play I wasn't really paying attention. We've had Predator on and yeah, I thought it'd be fine. It was, to me, that preamble was very smart on Seth Meyers' part.
I imagine you're in a situation where you can't say much.
Yeah. I mean, what I can
she can say whatever she wants. She can say whatever she wants.
Say without going too into it is that this year has been full of the highest highs and the lowest lows of my life. And I see so many women around afraid to speak, especially right now, afraid to share their experiences. And fear is by design. It's what keeps us silent. But
fear is from you. Everyone is terrified of you and Ryan. They are terrified. More on that in a second, but
I also acknowledge that many people don't have the opportunity to speak. So I do feel fortunate that I've been able to. And it's the women who have had the ability to use their voice that's kept me strong and helped me in my belief and my fight for the world to be safer for women and girls. It's a pretty simple thing,
but men, you're screwed. Men, you're not going to be safe.
Nothing. Thank you. It's true.
Plus sign came up.
I'm certainly going to respect that you're in a position where you can't talk about it more. And I think a lot of people hoped we would talk about it more, but I think we gave them that crushed ice thing.
Yeah,
and that's more than
I think that's what they came for.
I think they're going to be there. We're like, oh, thank God. We were like, there were two things we wanted to talk about, and they did that. They did the first song in Frozen. We were obviously.
And then he did it. The last thing I'll show you is sort of as they exited, you can see her thank you so much. Thank you for following the script.
That was our regard.
Watch this. Thank you. Did you catch that at the end? Thank you. For real. Thank you so much. Thank you for not screwing me over and making this worse for me. You got to remember, there's a sign there telling them when to applaud and laugh. They didn't laugh that much throughout. The rest of the stuff I didn't show you was very uncomfortable because no one cared. It was not funny or engaging. Is the reality, even taking away the drama. It was a very mediocre, bland talk show appearance. And the drama clearly makes it more interesting. There's a curiosity factor, etc. And Seth is definitely doing her the solid of playing softball, is what he's doing here. So plenty of people are gonna be annoyed by him, but he's doing his job. This is what he does. He's getting ratings. He needs ratings. His show's on so late, and people don't watch his clips as much as the other guys. I'm sure he was stoked to get the first interview, and he's just playing it safe. So that's the Seth side of it. From the Blake side, this idea that she's now being silenced, that she's the voice for all women, that infuriates me. The fact that she's now trying to become the poster child for standing up to what? You had all the control in that set. And I'll tell you, the reason I'm getting more frustrated by this story is I'm speaking to people who were there. I'm speaking to people there. I'm trying to get journalists this weekend. I'm going to New York this weekend to shoot the crew. I'm literally up at 3 a.m. taping this before I go to the airport because I wanted to bring the story to you. And I will tell you this as I wrap this up. I literally have had journalists at publications tell me, I don't want to comment on this. They're too litigious. As in Blake and Ryan. Blake and Ryan have instilled fear across this whole industry and are making everyone afraid. Streaming companies that were interested in our film, when they learn that we're not not going to be like super forgiving and kind to Ryan and Blake, but actually tell the truth, that makes us uncomfortable. We don't want to upset Ryan. Literally, that's the industry right now. I crap you not. That is what's happening. People are terrified of turning on these two. So you add that coupled with the PR machine and everyone like Seth Meyers still applauding, and they're still the heroes. That's what's happening in the reality of things. They're just forcing themselves down everybody's throat. Believe me. Don't read all the evidence. Just believe me because I'm the woman and that guy's a creep. Without any evidence. And mind you, if that falls apart later, we settle, whatever, it won't matter. But because optically she's constantly out there as this victim for all women, the reality check is a lot of people are just going to accept that and say, well, that's what happened. And that's not okay with me. That's not okay with me. And that's why we're doing this documentary. I really want to get a keepsake. You guys can be a part of it. Make sure you head over to our store. I'm going to put the link down there. You can get a investor pack today. You can get your name in the film. You can also join us over on Patreon. I was getting the link up just so you can see it one more time. We'll plug it right here. The Ends with Justice pack. You can pick up your copy, get involved in the film, invest. That's the best way to support right now. And then Patreon, we actually might be porting you a new membership, so stay tuned, but we'll let you know. But supporting the channel the way like that, that's the way you can help right now. Please get the word out. I'm going to put my link tree down below. When you click on that, you can click onto the store. You can click on over to Patreon. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you hit the bell for alerts. We are pivoting other stories, and we'll get there. And we'll still keep this story going when there's big news. But I don't want us to forget, while this lawsuit's happening, we got to keep to the truth, got to keep defining justice on this case, and we will with your help. And that interview with Blake, man, that was frustrating. And that's what the media's gonna look. They're already fear keeps us silent. This was on page 6 before it aired. So clearly this was maybe Seth Meyers' team or definitely Blake Lively. Someone in the audience told us, you mean someone on Blake's side, because she wanted the narrative to already start going out there. This was before it was released to the public. So they're in overdrive to protect their image and declare themselves as victims, and I find it despicable. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. We got a lot more coming this week, and I'll be in New York. Check us out on Patreon with updates. Appreciate you guys. And if you're in New York and you're a journalist, hit me up. For real, hit me up if you're a journalist in New York, New Jersey. We need some more people to interview. Don't be afraid.